Hi, so I am recording this video so that way you know exactly what the assignment is for today. So today you're going to find that there's two new posts. So first we're going to look at our classwork post for today. And in our classwork post for today, it tells us step 1 is the do now, which is reading page 7 and 8 in your workbook. When you get to page 7 and 8, you'll notice that it is details about a cross section of 4 different areas and the Earth's core samples that can be found there. If you are home and joining virtually, there's no Google Meet, but if you are home or don't have your workbook with you, you'll notice there's a PDF attached of page 7 and 8 from your workbook. So in the event that you don't have your workbook, page 7 and 8 are there for you. Next, I'm going to review with you the attached slides. So we already read part of these last week, so I'm going to fast forward through this to where we left off. So I know you already read about the Mesosaurus, so we're going to look at Earth's systems as a whole. So you probably remember us talking about the hydrosphere, which is all of the water on Earth, including the oceans and rivers and streams, the water cycle. The atmosphere, that's all of the air, all of the gases surrounding the Earth. The geosphere is all of the solid rock that exists. That includes sand, rocks, volcanic eruption materials. That includes sediments. Fossils could be included there as well. And then we have our biosphere, which are all the living things on Earth. So we are going to be investigating what is the land like underneath Earth's surface. So one way scientists learn more about Earth's outer layer is to use large drills to collect samples of the land below the surface. So in a core sample, that's what's up here, these cylinders are actually core samples of under the ground that were extracted, and scientists are then able to analyze them. So there's different ways. If you're on land, they can have a drilling platform there where they're able to drill directly into the earth. If we're trying to look at what's the geosphere underneath the water, it'll be on a ship, and you'll see that the drill goes down through the ocean and then into the geosphere below the ocean. If it's on ice, you'll see that the drilling platform is on the ice shelf. Then it goes through the water and then the geosphere below that. So what I want you to notice is whether we're on land, water, or ice, if you drill down far enough, you will eventually get to solid rock. A cross section is a diagram that shows us what the inside of something looks like. So we'll imagine for a moment a Reese's peanut butter cup. In a Reese's peanut butter cup, from the outside, you just see the chocolate. You don't see the peanut butter until you would either bite into the Reese's peanut butter cup or cut the peanut butter cup in half, and then you'd be able to see the peanut butter on the inside. And that is what a cross section is all about. So we have a glossary. You know it's in Amplify for you. It's also in the back of your workbook, and I'll show you it's in your interactive notebook. So hopefully you all are going to read about those 4 sites, and you are going to analyze what that can tell you or what that can tell scientists. So for example, here we have the depth, 500 meters. We have a key that shows us we have the top layer is our solid rock formed during volcanic eruptions. And then we have our hard solid rock formed from sediments. And then we have a little bit of information about that location. So what you're going to do is you're going to work with a partner to share what you learned about your drilling site. So I just want you to look for things that they have in common, things that they might have that are different. Look at the different areas, the different depths, the different layers, and look for differences and similarities. So for example, in this, we can see that the top layer is the volcanic eruption, and this whole other layer is hard rock formed from sediments. We can recall from our last unit that sediments are carried by water. So we know that there must have been, at this particular location, history would tell us there was a volcanic eruption and there should have been water flowing at some point because we have a lot of sediments here. So, same thing with this. I'm not going to go through every detail because I do want you to work on this with your partner and then answer some questions. So, Mauna Loa, we see only one layer, and then some differences. That way, if you want to look at this version, which is in color on the Google Slides, as opposed to the version in your workbook, which is printed in black and white, you can certainly do that. And we know that underneath Earth's surface, we know that we have a solid outer layer, and that is under soil, vegetation, or water, and that exists all around the Earth. So different places on Earth look different on the surface and can have different coverings like water, dirt, etc. No matter what's on top, if you drill down deep enough, you will find hard, solid rock. Earth's outer layer is made of hard, solid rock. That's one of the key concepts that we've learned here. And that's the end of the lesson there. But what I want to show you is if you go back to Google Classroom, it tells you step 3 is to complete slides 7 and 8 in your chapter 1 interactive notebook, which is posted in a separate post. So let's go back to our Google Classroom. And here it is, our chapter 1 plate motion interactive notebook. When you Pardon the bell. When you open that chapter 1, you're going to notice that there's a place on the first slide for you to put your name. So on this first slide, you have a green box where you're going to put your name. You'll scroll down and you'll see that here is the vocabulary words, and then you're going to find slides 7 and 8. You are doing slides 7 and 8 as part of this lesson. If you don't finish during class time, it is for homework. Thank you so much. Have a great day.